Sunshine.
There has been some poor recruitment.
Of course there is. And I don't understand why Hamza's defending it when he says it's poor recruitment. It's so weird. Sunshine, talk to me.
Well, but Phillips was meant to be a backup. He
No,
was
I'll
never
let the
meant
City
to start.
fans keep ranting. Let them get it off their chest, man. This is funny. This is golden. Keep going. Go for it. I'll enter the chat after. Go for it.
I'll just say that Phillips was not meant to start. He was meant to be a backup, and he failed at that. And then Gundogan was not meant to be starting games at all. He was signed on a free to see out the last 10 to 15 minutes of games and maybe play a cup game.
Yeah.
The fact that he's starting every game is an indictment on
what's Savinho Mahrez? When you got a player like Mahrez, you've gone to Girona and signed Savinho 20 million.
Yeah, Hamza, go hug a tree, bro.
Hamza, this is my problem with you, bro.
That's where it goes wrong.
Hamza.
Mahrez left a year before Savinho came
guys. Sorry, let me just say before I go. Guys. I want to get onto Sunshine. This is where you frustrate me, Hamza. You're literally sitting there slagging off all the bad players you've signed. I say you've wasted money on players, and you say, no, we haven't. And then it's fucking weird. Sunshine, over to you, bruv.
I'm good, man. That's all good, man. Hamza, commiserations, my friend. Lady at the top, commiserations. This is difficult for you guys, man, because as a United fan, of course, we've got banter rights right now. Do you know what I mean? That's all it comes down to. And the simple fact that, well, Hamza more so, the lack of accountability you're trying to put on your team based on this 90 minutes says everything for us Man United fans. You're rattled beyond belief, mate, because you thought you were walking away with a serious victory today to try and turn your season around. And that's just not the case. Listen, I'm going to be objective and talk about the goal for City. I thought that header was class. I don't think anyone's stopping that header. Yes, I mean, we can get into semantics and talk about, was it actually a set-piece situation again? If I'm being honest, we actually did what we needed to off that set-piece. They closed the ball down enough and got a decent contact to the ball. It's just the deflection. If that happens 10 times in a row, I don't think that ball's making that kind of angle 24/7. It just happened, but the header was beautiful from Guardiola. Like it just was. And I stood there and go, I can't say anything against that goal other than they got a lucky deflection. So I'm not going down this angle of set piece was a reason why we didn't know. Yes, they passed from the corner, but we closed the shot down or closed the cross down. The deflection was just a mazza. After that, though, I felt like from Amorim's perspective, he had hold of the game. If you look at it in totality, a lot of people are struggling to break down Manchester United. We're actually controlling most games, dependent on whatever players out there. They're struggling to break us down. But I think, like I've said with previous managers and for the past 4 or 5 years, we struggle to be clinical in the final third. So none of that really matters unless we're not going to go and get the goals. And I heard you speak about it earlier for City. City are creating little chances and then not scoring. But then when they are creating big chances, they're still not scoring. So really and truly, like, we have to hold the same energy we did for United for City. Like, it doesn't matter whether you got players in or out or not. You have to go and get the result. If you are champions, only 4 or 5 months ago you were champions. So let's turn this rubbish off that your players are all dead after 4 or 5 months. Let's just turn this off. I've seen Sir Alex Ferguson beat an decent Arsenal team 2-0 with 7 defenders on the pitch. Started 7 defenders on the pitch. Do not come on here with your chat about Pep Guardiola needing certain players X, Y, Z to go and be great. Sadly, for Guardiola, as genius as he is as a player, as a manager, which he is, as intelligent as he is as a coach, which I think is be a better coach, sometimes you just have to know how to win when you can't win. And I don't think Pep Guardiola has ever been in a situation in his career, whether he chose it or not, he's never been in a situation where he's had to then go and build a squad that can maintain what it does. He either leaves after walking into an already built machine, or he sticks it out and has these little situations. I will be surprised. This is where I'll give Pep credit if he turns it around after next season or 2 seasons and then stays at City and wins the league, depending if you get relegated or not, or points deducted.
We're not getting relegated.
Like, respectfully. No, I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm saying now we have an opportunity to compare Pep and Fergie. Fergie did three generations almost. 3 generations, different managers at their peak coming in, played different styles, formations, different teams, tactics. and still got over the line. This is why I'm sick of the system stuff. I've seen Fergie set up 4-5-1, 4-3-3. I've seen him drop put Wayne Rooney in midfield 5. I've seen it. I've seen players play out of position and still go and get the results.
Yeah.
So systems is overrated for me. But this is where Pep has an opportunity now. Maybe next season. Let's say the league. Let's just hypothetically say the league's done for the sake of the argument. Let's say next season he goes and rebuilds his team, comes back and then says, "This is my team now. I can go and challenge again." Then we can start maybe putting him in a bracket where, you actually turned it around and gone competing again. You've gone challenging again. That's when I can start giving their respects. But one thing I will finish on, because forget City because of shit, and it's our day today. Amad Diallo, people. You can vouch for this for as long as you want. Since the first day he had his game for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I have been saying that this kid is a baller and has to be starting games. People want to say it was Ten Hag who sold him on a sly. It started with OGS first. Let's just go there. It started with him. He was being downplayed. People saying, "Oh, he might not be good enough. Oh, he's too." Shut up. If you know ball, you know that this kid is a baller. And you can go back as far as you want to 2021, 2022 when I was tweeting about Amad Diallo and people getting on to me saying, now you don't know baller." I'm telling you, listen, if I see a baller, I know a baller. Whether you like that or not, this kid is doing everything that I thought he would do. And I just said he needs time, he needs opportunities to play ball. This kid is disgustingly good. His IQ, his maturity on and off the ball is unmatched for someone his age and his skill. And for some people, I don't know why you didn't see this. But I'm glad now you're seeing it now. Because I can just sit here and just look at my star boy and say, yes, hold that. Give him the number 7 shirt. Get rid of Mount. Sadly, he's injured. Just give him the number 7 shirt. He is a number 7 prodigy. Forget this Garnacho number 7. He's only number 7 because he loves Ronaldo. That's it. He loves Ronaldo and can every now and then score a few goals. He imitates celebrations. So on the surface, like, give him the 7. No. Ahmad can step up to the pressure. Give him the number 7. Move it on. Like Garnacho can keep 17 like Nani did because he's inconsistent. But shout out to Nani as well, by the way. Happy retirement and whatnot. But
listen, I hear what you say about Ahmad 100%. Just I've only got a few minutes left here. One of these super chats I'm going to go to KJ. Hamza saying nothing's going to save you instead of save us. Showing your true colours. Interesting, Smithers. Interesting. Ferguson didn't win the 4-peat before 88, 89. What are you talking about, Hamza? And I think that's the point it's making here is that, listen, the things Guardiola's done that Fergie hasn't. This thing Jose's done, Fergie hasn't. But when it comes to the GOAT conversation, which of course he's in, the good, the bad, and the ugly gets thrown into these debates, and you can't get away from it. And if your response is, but your guy didn't do this, for me, that instantly means you lose the debate because you're meant to talk that point, the good, the bad, and the indifferent about it, not do what about tree and go, but this person didn't do this and this person didn't do that. Hamza, you are lying every week. You're haram is what's been said here. And excuse me, the Mal City panelists, learn from your female counterpart about being honest. Is what
I'm honest. I'm being honest.
That's my talking point. It's the midfield.
James Maddison made it 5-0. The goal James Maddison just scored is the goal James Maddison just scored is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how he got it from that angle. Wow. Legendary Villain here says, I'm back, KJ and Terry. I told you 3 years in the making. Rashford and Bruno are not it. Anyways, what a win when you have the technical wingers in your team, just waiting for Bruno to bounce. Do you know what, though? This is what I would say to your point. Listen, you've ended up being correct, potentially, definitely about Rashford, I think. But when we were talking back then, we were playing in a system that was very transitional, and I think a Rashford was needed. If this had been, I absolutely agree. I actually thought we looked really comfortable today. We just need even better players out there. And it was interesting that I was a bit worried about without Garnacho and Rashford on the transition, but I was a bit upset that Mount had to go off. I liked our opening 10 minutes. I thought we looked a little dangerous knocking the ball out to the wide areas, and I was thinking, okay, let's see what we can cook. But listen, Legendary Villain, you were spot on, and I can admit that as a man. I'm a Bournemouth fan, and if you had told me if we win our next game 3-0, we'd be above Man City, I would have assumed they had lost in court. Yeah, if Bournemouth win, I mean, Brentford are now losing, so they won't. But if Bournemouth win tomorrow night, City will drop to 6th in the league. Of course, they're 9 points off the top. and Liverpool have that game in hand. KJ, before we end, I know you were busy and you were out today.
Yeah.
United did it, my friend.
Yeah, man, we did it. I didn't think we would do, but we did. I was out with my best mate, he's a City fan, so obviously watching the game with him and topping him was
Fuck
beautiful.
You, Dre. Fuck you, Dre.
Yeah, that was beautiful. But overall, I'm just happy with Amorim. And the reason why I say Amorim is because under Ten Hag, we would have absolutely lost this game, no matter what form Man City are in. And he set us up in a way where you can see what he wants to do. You can see how he wants to play football. And for once, and I keep saying this, we actually can see what we need to make this team better. And that's what I'm excited for. People will say, but we're trash now. And I will say we're not good now. I say we're rubbish now. I was actually very frustrated with that first half. But that second half, we turned up. We turned up and we cooked.
We did.
And we were better. We were better Man City on the day in the second half. And we did. I thought, hey, if we got a draw, I think I could have been like, okay, fair enough, we deserve something. To get the win in the end, it just puts the cherry on top of the cake. And so yeah, like Amorim is a good manager. He can potentially become a brilliant manager, and he needs to be backed with smart signings going forward because you can see the blueprint. And that's all Man United fans need to see. Just give us a blueprint of what you're trying to do, and we can get behind you. And yeah, man, I'm just happy with that performance. And obviously, Ahmad's my son, so I'm very happy with him. So yeah, let him continue to cook, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Amazing. Look, I want to thank everyone who's tuned in. This video is going to redirect you to Hassam's watch along for the Chelsea game. So get yourselves over there and support. But we're back live for our match reaction for that game. I've been watching that while it's all going on. Spurs are cooking today as well. A lot of people trying to ban it as, you're standing in 13th because Spurs are winning. I'm not really worried about my league position right now. That will take care of itself in future. But overall, very happy with today. Well done, Ahmad. Well done, Amorim. A few players that have had a mention, but I want to mention them again. Lissandro Martinez today, the pass and the way you handled Haaland. Maguire in a back three. I'm just putting it out there. Looks a different player. So well done to him. I was also Mazza, again, always impressed with him. Always impressed with what he does on the football pitch. But today will forever be remembered as the Diallo derby. Hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribing.